getting spooky today, folks. We are getting spooky. Alright, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. What's that? Another video? Wow, am I posting frequently? I'm trying to, okay? I am trying to post at least one video per week. Hopefully I can get to 2 videos, but no promises. But yeah. So, a lot of people were like, okay, yeah, your videos are funny and all, but where's the spooky stuff? Okay, you guys literally don't like to sleep at night or something because all you want is spooky, spooky, spooky. So I'm gonna give you some spooky. Basically, I will be doing scary storytime videos of my encounters with the paranormal and stuff like that. So for today's video, it was the time that I volunteered at a haunted camp. So basically, I think I was in it was the summer of grade 8. That probably means nothing to you. So, okay, so I believe I was like 14 at the time, and I volunteered for 3 different summers. I think the first time I was an actual camper there, and then the next year I went back and I volunteered for 2 years in a row. So when I was a camper there was a bunch of stories that the place was haunted. Like our main leader would tell us of the scary stories and be like, yeah, the building is haunted and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, like I thought he was just trying to make it like fun for us, until stuff started to happen. So basically this camp was in a building that is now a community center, but it was someone's old home, and now it's like a historical site, and it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful home, but there's also like an old carriage house, like where the horses were, and they changed that into like a pottery studio. It was an arts camp. Okay, so basically he told us that the house was owned by an old man, and one day he went to the basement and he actually shot himself in the leg. And he did this so that he would get insurance money. He would say that it was a robbery, he was being robbed, and then he would get the insurance money. But what happened was he ended up bleeding to death before the police could arrive on the scene. So he called 911, but then when the police showed up, he was dead and he was surrounded by a pool of blood. Police officers would often get calls saying that the alarm system was going off. And so they would go to the home, but all the doors were locked and the alarm system was off. So something was triggering it. One time, apparently, the police officer went there and saw the shadow of the man just walking past the window. And then the leader also says that sometimes when he locks up at night, he has to like say goodnight to the ghost, or else the alarm system will go off. If he doesn't say goodnight or goodbye, or I'm leaving now, have a good night, or else that's when he'll come in, maybe things will be like trashed. He found that when he talks to the ghost that spooky things don't happen. Whew, like, that's a little spooky. But again, I just thought it was a story. So first of all, that basement where he killed himself, like, it is really creepy. So there was one time when we were filming like a little skit in the basement, and all of a sudden there was 2 leaders. One of them was my friend, and I went to middle school with her, and I know that she's like more sensitive to the paranormal and stuff like that, like eerie things have always happened to her. So her and this other girl that also has paranormal encounters, at the exact same time, they weren't even together, at the exact same time, they like, one of them burst out crying and the other one screamed and ran upstairs. And then everyone ran upstairs because they were freaked out. And then I was freaked out. I was like, what happened? What happened? And both of them were crying and they're like, I felt something. The other one was like, I saw the man, and it was terrifying. Like, I was like, okay, this is real, because I believe my friend. I believe what she's saying. So that same girl, not my friend, the other girl, I want to call her like, I don't even remember her name, Bertha, whatever, Margaret, I'm gonna call her Margaret. So Margaret, I was talking to her because I was really spooked out about it, and she was telling me how ever since she was young, she would be visited by spirits and she could see ghosts. Especially, she said that she told me never to look in a dark mirror at night because that's like the portals that the ghosts travel through, so I was always like spooked out. But she told me that she would often see other ghosts, sometimes in the garden. Oh my god, my voice. I think I'm getting possessed.
So Margaret said that she would see a spirit of a gardener in the garden. And also she said that in the carriage house, that's where she would also see another spirit.
And so like I would always be like scared when I was outside. I'm like, are they gonna pop up behind the bush and just scare me? And then one time it was me, my friend, and Margaret. And she's like, do you want to contact something? And I was like, okay, because like I'm cool like that. So basically what she did is she took her necklace, and I didn't know that this was a thing. And apparently if you hold it really still when it's not spinning, you just hold it still and you like greet yourself and you try and communicate with the ghost, and then you can ask yes or no questions, and if it spins one way it means yes, and if it spins the other way it means no. So she held it really, really still, and she was like communicating to it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to like invoke spirits in my house. She was like, if you're here with us, spin it or say yes. And the thing, I kid you not, it started twisting slowly. Like it wasn't big where it was like whoo, so it started going like this. And I was like, okay, that's enough. I like panicked and I left. So then the next year, so this is all in the summer, so the next year I volunteered there in the basement where the most paranormal stuff happens.
So the storage room with all the art supplies is in the basement.
So whenever we need something, we have to go down there to get it. But as soon as you go down there, it's motion activated lights, so you don't have to touch the light switches and stuff like that. So I go down the stairs, I go to the left, I go in the room, and like I'm always creeped out. And I'm standing in the room, and the lights in the outside hall turn off. And I'm in the room, and the lights were in the storage room, they're still on. And the lights outside. And I was, in my head, I was like, okay, who's playing with the lights? Meanwhile, there's no like flicker. And I'm like, okay, you know, this is fine. And then the lights turn back on. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I take a step, lights go back off. I'm like panicked. I'm so panicked. Ooh, I'm getting scared just thinking about it. The lights turn back on, I run out of there. I'm like, no, there's no way. So the next time when I have to get stuff, I bring my friend. So we're going down, we get the stuff, it's fine. The only thing that happened is that we're standing by the stairs, and the light in the other room where he killed himself, that light turned on. And I'm like, oh my god, that means there's someone in there. So we ran up the stairs again. So there was just always the things where those lights would go on and off by themselves. Like we'd be in a separate room and then the other light would turn on as if something activated it. So you go down the stairs, and they're really steep stairs, and when you go in, to the left is where the storage room is, and it's like this big open area, and there's like tables set up where like sometimes we hang the paintings to dry. And then in another room, like with the door, there's a storage room. To the right is where the man killed himself. So if you go into the right, it's super creepy. It's like another cement area. They have like clay and like it's other storage stuff, but it's like it has those like big like Dexter plastic sheets all there, and then you can literally see the corner, like where the stained blood is. Like I kid you not.
I'd also like to mention that in the basement there's this little random white door, and behind the door it's just straight up dirt. Like it's not finished behind it, it's just dirt.
The leader gave us a tour there because he was like, okay, all the people that are volunteering here, they have to be familiar with the area. And so he goes, and I was like joking around, I was like, so where did he kill himself? And he's like, right here. And you could see the dried, hardened blood, and it was disturbing. And the thing is that when I walked into that room, he didn't even need to point out where that area was, because I felt like something was there watching me. Like I was really creeped out. I was like, especially because by the area there's another open space and it's dark, and so you can't really see what's in that room, so I was expecting something to pop out. But like I literally felt like something was there watching us during this tour, and it was like, it gave me chills. And by that spot, it's always cold. Like I kid you not, you could walk in the whole thing and it's warm, and you go to that one spot and it's cold. There is another room that the camp counselor said that the ghost of the man likes to hang out, and we're like, okay, he's probably just kidding. There's a whole other separate door, and it's like a heavy door. Like you need to hatch it and then open it. So he was like, you guys want to see it? And we're like, okay, we're all freaked out. But you literally, you open up the door. It's an all dark room, but one chair is in the middle of the room facing us. Literally, as soon as I saw that chair, I knew the man was sitting there watching us. And all the camp counselor had to say was, this is the place he likes to hang out. He often sits in that chair. I was so freaked out. Because like, it could have been just a random chair, but I knew that he sat there. And so the leader says that sometimes he'll move the chair in the room, and he'll open the door, and the next day he'll always be in the center of the room. He always likes sitting in the center of the room. So that's pretty terrifying. You literally, it's like a wave that comes over you, and you know something's not right, and you know that something's there with you. It's really creepy. Oh my god, I have to talk about the janitor. Oh my god, I have to talk about the janitor. I totally forgot about this. Okay, this is where all the theories are gonna come running in. So the dude that works there, super sweet guy. Except for the fact that he'll appear out of nowhere and you won't even hear him coming. Like, that's some Haunted Mansion type stuff. For example, me and my friend were talking in the carriage room. Next thing you know, we turn around and the janitor is right there. And we didn't even hear him open the door or walk in. What the hell? Or he'll like creep up the stairs so silently and all of a sudden he'll like be in the same room as you and you're like, Jesus, like dude, like put on some steel-toed boots or something, like make some noise. Attach bells to yourself. Like it's freaky. Like we'd be doing, all of a sudden he'd just be standing there like in the doorway. We don't even hear him. Freaky. In his car, in the backseat of his car, is a doll. Which I mean, it's fine. Like maybe he has kids that like have this doll. It is always in the same spot wearing a seatbelt. I could understand that if you had a daughter and maybe you were like driving her somewhere and she had her dolly and she's just like, okay, I'm gonna leave it in the car, but like, you know, put her seatbelt in. For you to have it for like 4 weeks in a row in the same spot with the seatbelt on, like I think your daughter would want to, like, assuming he even has kids, but like you would assume that a little boy or girl would want their doll back and not just keep it in the car. So it's like, why is that doll there? Is it a voodoo doll? Is it a cursed doll? Leave your theories down below because like I want to know. I want to figure this out. So I think that's all for today's storytime video. Let me know if you want to hear more creepy stories. I got tons more, and I mean tons more. It's crazy. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you like the style videos, if you like my comedy, or if you like the scary videos better, or if you like a little mixture of two. Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and comment something down below and subscribe, obviously. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.